Hello and thank you for watching. Let's play some more Total War Rome 2 in our Roman Ascension campaign. So we just finished up the battle for Artaduran, which went well. It was a heroic victory per the game, so it was probably one of the more intense battles ever because frankly, my faction leader was the one that was in Artaduran and we couldn't run, so I had to win. Otherwise I would have lost my faction leader. Kind of intense. I can promote him as a result of that epic victory. So we'll go ahead and do that. Also have the ability to start some additional research. We've started researching tactics, and we're going to continue that by researching weapon proficiency, which is looks like it's going to help our javelin throwers do some more damage. It'll take 4 turns to do. It is winter 222 BC. We've got some interesting decisions to make in the next couple of turns. So as you may recall, a few episodes back, immediately after I had conquered Medlin here, ancient Milan, I set my sights on Raetia Noricum, which went surprisingly fast because I didn't have to worry. Subject gains notoriety. Remember, the name of one of your subjects is on the lips of everyone. Whether this will prove beneficial remains to be seen. So we'll look at that momentarily. So yeah, originally I was going to have to, all 3 of these cities, I now control 2 of them. Hang on, let's look at Raetia Noricum. Artaduran, Korea, and Noria were all owned by different factions, but they were allied. So if I declared war on any one of them, I would have been fighting all of them. But then these Venetians, who started here in Patavium, and I'm trading with them, so I haven't conquered them yet, even though they're technically that close to Rome. Here's Rome, here's Patavium, here's the Venetians. They came up and they conquered Norea, which is the capital of Raetia Noricum, which enabled me to kind of swoop in, because I had two armies in the area, and just wipe out these other 2 tribes. These were their only 2 holdings, and I just kind of went with it. So now, notice our income is a lot better because we control more territory. I'm going to raise a new army. And I don't have any journals available from my house. Great. Just great. Alright. Ooh, looks like we have some new cavalry choices here. Oh yeah. And war dogs, war puppies, which we've seen those before. Yeah, I've used those in the campaign before. Thought they were new, but they're not. Alright, so those principes are starting up. So yeah, we're gonna have another army in the mix soon, which helps. Gaius Rufius Hadrianus requires our attention. Your daughter is with child. She swears she has never known the touch of a man and believes that the child is a gift from Mars, the god of war. You are lying, young lady. Let's see. Should we keep the child? The son of Mars will surely be the greatest child the world has ever known, although there will be those who doubt the truth of your daughter's story, like I do. Hide the truth. News of this must never reach Rome. Your daughter's reputation will be ruined, and your family name forever tainted. Send her away somewhere to have the baby in secret. Let's just go all in and keep the child. Let's see what happens. We still have very good, we have 80% control over the Senate, which is nice. It's giving us a lot of bonuses. House of Cornelia and House of Junia don't really have much of a say. They each have 2 generals now. That if they win any battles, those will gain influence for those families. But for now, we're okay. So I'm going to end the turn to summer 220 BC. I think it's official. 50 years, over 50 years have passed in campaign time since the beginning of this campaign. Pretty cool. I don't think we're at war with anyone right now, because we wiped out those 2 opponents. I'm really surprised that it killed off the Helvetii up here, because there were a large number of them left. I feel like there were over 1,000 of them left. Maybe I was wrong, or maybe the victory system doesn't work the way I think it does. Alright, so one of our veterans is leveled up. Child of Mars. The child was born, and it quickly became obvious that he was no ordinary boy. Like the mighty Hercules, there was something special about him. He was a born leader of men. So now I have the child is already grown up. Yay for games. Well, we can go ahead and promote this guy. Actually, this new army that I've started, here's what I'm going to do.
Ready for battle.
Perfect. So I just replaced that other house's general. So now this new army training belongs to my house, which is good. It's a step in the right direction.
Commander.
I need to train some new cavalry for these troops in Octoduran, but also public order is not good in this area.
My skills
So-
are yours. Moving unseen. Is there nothing else?
And set her up doing counterintelligence in case anyone gets any ideas in that area. This one is still doing counterintelligence. Oh, look what's happened! Look what happened! The Domite took Eater back. So the Domite were the original owners of Eater before the Venetians came in and took it. So the Venetians have weakened a little bit. They now just control Batavia and Nerea. It might be time to go ahead and take Batavia soon. I might do that. That way I control all of what is now modern-day Italy. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait. This guy that leveled up. It's going to be fall 219 BC when this turn cycles.
There is
Libya.
much merit in a treaty between us.
Wants a
So
non-aggression
speak
cap.
the wise at our temples.
Okay. Why not? It just ensures that I don't get into any fights on that side of the map for a long time. Ah, one of my spies died. Posthumius Captain. The home settlement of this previously destroyed faction has been liberated. They may re-emerge from the faction. Alright, so that guy died. We're going to do something interesting here. This guy, I really don't want him generating influence for the House of Junia, so we're going to assassinate him. We failed, so we're going to try again. Failed again, so we're going to try again. Idea. Wow, this is my sadness. There we go. Yes, that just happened. How many tries was that? 6? Didn't lose too much influence though. Still at 76% influence. Basically, them having that extra politician would have helped them gain influence as a faction, and I didn't want that to happen. So I didn't let it.
It is a great and glorious thing to die for Rome.
I think I'll hold off on the war puppies, because I'd rather save room. Pretty soon I'll have the ability to have siege equipment in my armies here. And that's what I want to leave room for. That's right, I already checked for promotions. I'm actually really happy that the Domite retook Eater over here. Because they've been hanging out near Araminum, and it was making me nervous. Weapon proficiency. You have completed a technological goal. Huh. What's happening here? Lemuria. The restless spirits of the dead were a very real concern for the people of ancient Rome. If relatives suffered a violent death, or did not receive the correct funerary rites, they would return as larvae, bringers of misfortune to neglectful descendants. So ghosts, basically. The festival of Lemuria was founded to deal with these vengeful spirits. Once a year, the head of a household would rise at midnight, purify his body, and fill his mouth with black beans. As he moved around the house, he would incant, "With these I redeem me and mine," and spit the beans on the floor, eyes averted, so the ghosts could collect them and feed on their magical energy. Finally, with a cry of, quote, "Ghosts of my fathers and ancestors be gone," end quote, the whole household would hammer on pots and pans, driving the spirits out into the night. Anyone else just lose a bit of enthusiasm for ancient Rome? But it does give me additional Latin cultural influence for 4 turns, which will help with conversion in these new areas, and also with income, so that's good. Alright. So now we're going to research ship pumps, which will give additional ship health and ram damage for all ships that take 4 turns.
Ready for orders.
What are you doing? Alright, so now we have level 2 of everything here. It's handy.
At your command.
I need to hire a new spy. I can't right now. That's right. Is that the turn? The 217 BC spring. And all this snow will go away. I have a feeling that the faction to the north of Octoduran is messing with me.
This is a time for just, proud men to unite in strength. That is why I propose this.
Recognize that voice? I told you to listen for it. So anyway, looks like the German Confederation wants a non-aggression pact with us. I'm not going to give it to them because frankly, I'm going to be moving that pretty
The best
aggressively.
aim.
And there's just no point in promising them something I'm not going to give them. The game actually does keep track of me like double crossing other factions. So if I say, yeah, I'll give you peace, and then like attack them the next turn, believe it or not, that would actually be bad. Tiberius Octavius Sylla. Rude, crude, and probably lewd. I'll swear as much as I want, you utter front bottom. Interesting. So something is going on here in the Greek peninsula. There's Athens, here's Sparta. There's Macedon. Then we have the Ondae and the Epirus peoples. So a lot of small factions. Macedon, oh, that's what happened. Macedon and the Epirus have gone to war. Alright. So, is this army mobile? Yes, they are.
Any man who drops out is left behind.
This guy to Medlin. Notice public order in this province is good to go. So I can kind of move outward with my armies as I please, which frankly probably means I'm going to take Batavium. It's time. Yeah, it's just time. So we have a nice kind of border of armies. We've got an army here in Genua, we've got an army in Octoduran, an army in Coria, and we will have an army in Nerea before long. That'll give us a nice... I really want to take Batavium just because this is like one of the main inroads toward Rome. I mean, it's 2 steps away from Rome as far as territories go, which I just don't like being this far into the game and still having Batavium not being in the Republic's territory. So, just checking this out there. Sorry, I do that compulsively. Let's see. These guys can be upgraded. Well, not all of them, because I don't have the money. But almost all of them. Basically, because this is level 2 Shieldmaker now, those units are stronger. Speaking of stronger units, I might bring this army down. Not yet.
Ready for battle.
Very interesting. All right, so that was up to 217 spring BC. Give you a bit of a preview of what's coming. Like I said, we're probably going to go for the Venetians next, just because I want to own this part of the map and kind of seal off Rome from being within just a few steps of any enemy armies. The only exception, of course, being Carthage, but I'm allied with them right now. Or not allied. Well, yes, allied, defensively allied, as a matter of fact. So I'm not as worried about them. But the Venetians, I'm tired of them. And I really, truth be told, I don't need their trade agreement anymore. With these other cities building up, I'll get some income from here. So anyway, thanks for following along. We will continue the Roman Ascension campaign in the next couple of episodes.